Lincoln Riley needs to make some changes at USC, or he's not going to be there much longer. One of those changes that he should make, you ask? Well, he should follow the footsteps of Ryan Day of the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes and give up offensive play calling. Sounds crazy, right? Until it doesn't. But he better do something fast, because it sounds to me like his boss, USC Athletic Director Jennifer Cohen, who inherited Riley and his big contract, which she took over in the summer of 2023, isn't really happy with how things are going these days. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But first, let's get back to this play calling idea. Lincoln Riley has been known as an offensive guru in college football for a long time. It's why USC hired him away from Oklahoma. So Riley's teams at Oklahoma and USC, look, they've been able to put points on the board, yardage, pile it all up. They just haven't been able to stop anybody. Always bet the over on a Lincoln Riley coach game, but I digress. Back to the offensive guru thing. Look, he's earned that reputation as a quarterback whisperer. And if you need proof, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, they won the Heisman Trophy under Riley at Oklahoma. Then Caleb Williams won it under Riley at USC. Jalen Hurts, by the way, at Oklahoma, in the 1 year he was there, came in second in the Heisman. And I will argue that Riley, in 1 year, took Hurts to a new level that he wasn't getting at Alabama, and made him a good enough passer to get drafted in the NFL. And I'm not sure that he was on the track to do that when he was at Alabama. Remember, he got benched in favor of Tua Tagovailoa in Tuscaloosa. So why in the world should Lincoln Riley step down from play calling at USC if he's so great at it? Because he needs to focus like a laser on other aspects of this program. Sure, the defense got a little better under Downtown Lynn this year, but the defense still needs some work. Recruiting and the transfer portal needs more attention. You know, replacing Caleb Williams with Miller Moss. And by the way, telling Will Howard not to come to USC because of Miller Moss. That was a swing and a miss. No doubt about it. And then, look, Lincoln Riley's great as a play caller, but he wasn't perfect. I'm immediately thinking back to the Michigan game in the first half of that game, and he just kept running the ball right into the middle, into the teeth of that Michigan defense. I thought that was bizarre play calling. Didn't get the ball to all of his weapons and his wide receivers, and most of them have transferred out now. So he's not perfect. He's not perfect by any stretch. He does have some flaws in his game. But we need to look no further than Ryan Day at Ohio State as an example of what Lincoln Riley should do. He was a great play caller. He loved working with offense. That's what he loved to do. He, too, developed a reputation for becoming a quarterback whisperer. Just look at Dwayne Haskins and Justin Fields and C.J. Stroud as exhibits A, B, and C. And yet still, Day saw that he had to take a step back. And he stepped down from play calling this year at Ohio State and handed the reins to Chip Kelly. Day then dove headfirst into name, image, and likeness collectives and put together a $20 million roster. And things seem to have worked. Ohio State is college football's current national champion. All right. That was not an easy decision for him. And in a way, it seemed kind of crazy that he wouldn't be calling plays for Ohio State. But he did. He did what was necessary. Now, let's talk about USC a little more. It doesn't seem like Riley is going to go in that direction. He seems to want to delegate all that stuff that Ryan Day jumped into. In fact, USC just hired Chad Bowden from their arch rival Notre Dame to become the program's general manager. Everybody seems to think it's a great hire, and he's going to do all that stuff. So I think Lincoln Riley's going to still continue to call plays, offensive plays at USC. They made the decision. I could let the general manager handle all that. Chad Bowden, look, it better work, and it better work fast. Because I'm getting the sense that USC athletic director Jennifer Cohen expects a little more out of her $110 million head coach than a 7-6 record. Keep in mind, she's new. She took the USC job in August of 2023, and she was not the one that hired Riley. She inherited him. And it was former AD Mike Vaughn who hired Riley from Oklahoma, gave him a giant mansion and a 9-figure contract. And you know how ADs like to make a splash and hire their own people, right? Is there some of that waiting in the wings at USC? I don't know. Jennifer Cohen recently gave an interview that caught my eye where she said she specifically said she's not satisfied with a 7-6 record in football. And she also suggested, though, that she's confident that recent investments in the football program will help Lincoln Riley win. Let me interpret that for you. That's athletic director speak for, hey, we're spending a lot of money here. We even hired you a GM. We better start winning 10 games a year. That's my interpretation of that. Let's not forget, we're probably a month and a half away from having USC join all the other Pac-4 athletic directors who now have to carve out $20 million every single year in their annual budgets to pay revenue share money to past, present, and future athletes. So that's going to be a big deal. And with revenue share and name, image, and likeness collectives directing money to certain sports, I found another comment by her very interesting when she said that USC needs to start playing, the football team needs to start playing at championship levels in order to determine how money is going to be divided throughout the athletic department. Right now, she may want to give more money to the women's basketball program. They're doing so well. Football better win, or they're not going to get all the money invested back into them, into the football program. That's how they're going to do it. That's how she's going to. Doesn't it usually work the other way around? Isn't it usually like the athletic department invests in the football program and gives all the money to the football program, and then the football program supposedly starts winning? Football runs everything. Not women's basketball, not track, not men's basketball, none of that. It's football everywhere. At least that's what I thought. Could be some tough, interesting times for Lincoln Riley moving forward at USC. We're not done. There's some other things I want to talk about regarding his situation there. We'll get to that in a minute. I would love your thoughts. USC comments, you fans out there, you Trojan fans, you guys are pretty vocal when you do comment here on this YouTube page. And love to hear from you on the future. And what do you think of this athletic director? What do you think of Lincoln Riley? Let's get it going with the comments in the YouTube comment section here. Whatever you do, hit that subscribe button for free and follow Locked On Big Ten for free wherever you get this podcast. And you always get the latest episode of Locked On Big Ten as soon as it becomes available each and every day. And if you don't mind, go ahead and share, follow, and like Locked On Big Ten as well. That would really help us out as well. We always appreciate that when you guys do that. And don't forget to check out our website, talkbig10.com as well. All of our podcasts go there, and you can hit links where you can buy USC Trojan shirts and hats and T-shirts and pennants and all that stuff, all the merchandise for your school spirit right there, talkbig10.com. All right, now, while we mentioned that there are some challenges and shortcomings for Lincoln Riley, let's dig into more Paul Feinbaum hatred for Lincoln Riley and USC. We're allowed to criticize Lincoln Riley. He's one of our own. He's Big Ten. Paul Feinbaum has it in for Lincoln Riley. I don't get it. We'll talk about that a little further. Plus, our Tuesday tweets are coming up right here on Locked On Big Ten. It's tax season. It's tax season. Get ready. All right. I want to tell you about Intuit TurboTax. You know, back in the day, taxes was dealing with piles of paperwork and frustrating forms that maybe we didn't understand everything, and then waiting and wondering and worrying if you're going to get any money back, if you're going to owe money. Now, taxes is easily uploading your forms to a TurboTax expert who's matched to your unique tax situation, an expert who's backed by the latest technology, which cross-checks millions of data points for 100% accuracy. And while they work on your taxes, you get real-time updates on their progress, and you get the most money back guaranteed, all while you go about your day. No stressing, no worrying, no waiting. Now taxes, Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live full service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile app. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.